Have you ever heard someone talking about you in a foreign language? For 6 months, my German neighbor Heidi had been hosting these fancy dinner parties I could hear through our shared apartment wall. I never got invited, but I could hear everything, including when she'd switched to German with her friends. What Heidi didn't know was that my mom is German. I grew up speaking it at home, but rarely mentioned it since moving to the city. Why would I? Every weekend, like clockwork, I'd hear Heidi and her friends laughing. Die Amerikanerin nebenan ist so langweilig. The American next door is so boring. Or, sie hat keinen Geschmack. She has no taste. Once, she even joked about my pathetic dating life after seeing me bring home the same guy twice. At first, I brushed it off. Just mean girl talk, right? But week after week, it started to wear on me. I'd catch myself standing in front of my closet, overthinking my outfits. Was my style really that bad? I started ordering takeout from different restaurants to seem more cultured when walking through our hallway with bags. God, how pathetic is that? The worst was when my mom came to visit. We were speaking German in the elevator when Heidi got in. Mom was mid-sentence about her garden back home when Heidi's eyes widened with recognition at the language. She stared at the floor numbers like they were the most fascinating thing she'd ever seen. My stomach dropped. Not because she'd heard us speaking German, but because I realized how deeply I'd let her comments affect me. I hadn't even told my own mother about the situation because I was embarrassed about not standing up for myself. That night, after Mom left, I sat alone in my apartment listening to Heidi's laughter through the wall. I could hear glasses clinking, music playing, and then, right on cue, ihre Mutter sieht genauso langweilig aus wie sie. Her mother looks just as boring as she does. Something inside me cracked. Not because she insulted me again. I was used to that. But my mom, the woman who raised me alone after dad died, who worked 2 jobs to put me through college, who taught me to always be kind to neighbors because community matters. I pressed my palm against our shared wall and felt hot tears streaming down my face. 6 months of pretending not to hear, of second-guessing myself, of feeling like an outsider in my own building, all because I was too afraid of confrontation to say anything. That night, I barely slept. I kept thinking about what Mom always said. Your voice is your power. Don't ever give it away. I had given Heidi my power for half a year. I never confronted her. Didn't seem worth the drama. Until my building's holiday party when everything changed. I was by the snack table when Heidi walked in with her usual crew. She grabbed a cookie I'd brought and immediately switched to German. Trust me, don't eat those. The boring neighbor made them. She probably can't even follow a simple recipe. Something inside me just clicked. 6 months of comments, 6 months of smiling while being insulted, 6 months of feeling small in my own home. I turned around, cookie in hand, and said in perfect German, actually, it's my grandmother's recipe from Munich. Her bakery won awards, but what would I know about good taste, right? You should have seen her face, like she'd seen a ghost. Her friends looked between us, confused at first, then mortified as they realized I'd understood every word for months. I didn't mean, she stammered. Oh, and about my dating life, I continued in German. That same guy you've seen twice, he's my brother who visits monthly. The room went silent. Someone coughed awkwardly. Heidi left within minutes, practically running to the elevator. Now when we pass in the hallway, she just nods quickly and hurries past. And strangely, her dinner parties have gotten much quieter.